everyone, my name's Rachel, I'm a fully qualified hairdresser, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing a viral automatic hair curling wand. I see these online a lot, and I feel like before I tried it myself I was a skeptic and I thought it's like a TikTok like gimmick kind of thing, but once I tried it I realised it's actually really good, and I wanted to make a full-length video explaining how to use it to get the most out of it. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. If you're interested in more styling tips and tricks, have a look at the link in my description. I've created a bit of a like ebook thing where I've put basically every single thing that I know about hairdressing, cutting, colouring and styling all in one place that you can keep referring back to. So if you're interested, click the link in my description. But if not, just keep watching. I wanted to review this viral automatic hair curler because I'm sure that a lot of people have seen them online, but you're probably thinking, is that going to work? Most of the content that you're seeing is probably sponsored. So I just wanted to give my honest feedback and review on this bad boy. Full disclosure, I have previously worked with this brand and they sent me this to make a TikTok, which was a promotion. But I haven't been asked to make this video, and I'm only making this video because the product is genuinely good, and I was surprised when I used it because I kind of thought, is it gonna work? Is it not gonna work? When they asked me if I wanted to do the collaboration, I was like, I'll see if it works, and if it doesn't work then no. But then I tried it, it's kind of a game changer. So I'm making this video off my own back, and I'm just gonna explain to you how to use it, how to get the best results, and honestly, the results actually speak for themselves. Like I couldn't fake how good and how easy this is. This one is by a brand called Tymo, and it's called the Tymo Curl Plus. I did a side-by-side comparison with their Tymo Curl Go, and I found that these results were much better for my hair. I think because my hair's a bit longer. I should probably show you my hair. But yeah, so this is the one that I recommend if you have long hair. I can't say that they don't all work evenly, let's just say. This one is actually just very, very good. So yeah, I'll just talk you through like the buttons. So this is the on button, and then here, the more times you press this, you'll notice this little light flashes 1, 2, 3 times. Those are your temperature controls, so I'm gonna do it on the lowest temperature. And then here, this button, you push it from left to right, depending on the direction that you want the barrel to spin in. Whenever I curl my hair, I like to curl all of the curls away from my face because I just think it kind of like opens up my face, and I also think it seems a bit more natural. And another thing as well, when you curl your hair away from your face, if you're curling everything in the same direction, when it drops out over the next few days, you kind of get like a nice wave. So that's what I always do. So you want to start with clean, dry hair. You'll need like a hairband or some hair clips, whatever you find easiest or whatever you have, to be honest, and a hairbrush. So I'm just going to start by detangling my hair. So yeah, what I like to do when I curl my hair, and this is just the easiest way to do it, and it requires the least amount of like sectioning or effort, I just part my hair wherever I usually part it, and then with my fingers I'm just going to follow that parting all the way down and split my hair in half. So I'm flicking everything forwards and I've got nothing behind my back. And then I'm going to start at the very back and the very bottom. I'll take a section, curl it, and then I fling it over my shoulder, and that's it. And then your shoulder is like the dividing separator. When it comes to doing the front and you have to do like the bottom layers and then the top layers, sometimes I like to like use my hairband at that point or like clip those parts, but for now I'm just going to start at the back and work my way forwards. So I'll start with a small section here. The sections don't need to be teeny as well, which I think makes this easier. Like you can just grab a bunch, and then to start it you just press this button and it will just automatically stop spinning. And when you stop it, no matter like where the barrel is spun to when you press stop, it will come back to this like middle front position, and then you hear the beep, and that means you can release it. When it comes to putting your hair in, you want to make sure that like as much of the hair is actually getting into this opening as possible. If the hair is kind of around the sides, it is actually really good at just like continuing, and it somehow spins your hair up and then it puts it back at the barrel anyway by itself. But I just think it's like slightly messier. So a way that you can kind of avoid that if you need to is when you get your section of hair, if this width is like wider than the opening to the barrel, you might not get all the hair in. So if you just take it and twist it literally just once like that, all of a sudden you've got like a much narrower section. So then you can just feed it in to the opening and then just press go and it does everything for you. And once it's beeped, you can just release it and you're just left with such a good curl. And then like I said, I'll just push that over my shoulder and I'll move on to the next section. I love how these curls are really, really uniform. So like they all look completely identical. And it's because you're not having to do it manually, so there's no human error. You can kind of just feel which sections you want to grab. It doesn't need to be too ordered or anything. Just make sure that you're starting low and working high, because if you start high, it's going to be hard to find the sections underneath. That might be obvious, but I don't know. Also, for the purposes of an example, I'm going to take a section of hair that's way too thick and I'm going to try and put it in. And you'll basically see, oops, it will start to kind of like knot up and it won't work very well. But this has like a built-in anti-snap, I don't even know what you'd call it, but basically if it starts to feel pressure, like it's going to snap your hair, it freezes and then it unravels by itself. So I feel really confident that this like won't snap or rip your hair. Let me just show you. I don't know how I'm going to do this. So it just like unloosens itself and then you can slide your hair straight back out. Which I just think is cool and clever, because I think, you know, before I tried this I was a bit scared because it's like an enclosed barrel. It feels a bit scary to have to put your hair into something, but I feel 100% confident that this won't snap my hair, which is nice. And also because it is an enclosed barrel, you won't burn yourself. Like you'd have to really, really try to get your finger close to the barrel. Okay, at this point, it becomes a bit hard to push everything over your shoulder because, well, for me anyway, my hair's layered, so it starts to be too short. It won't go over my shoulder. So now I will start working in sections. Like this will be my bottom layer and then I'll do the top layer afterwards, and I guess a hair clip would be good here. But I don't have a hair clip right now, so I'm just going to do this. And then for the fringe, this is like personal preference, but I like my fringe to not be too like tight of a curl. So I'm gonna take a notably like bigger section that I probably wouldn't do if I was trying to get like a really good tight curl. So I'm gonna take a slightly bigger section and I might even like unravel it before it's officially like done. I might stop it myself, because I want this to be loose and kind of hang like a daisy fringe. I don't want like a judge curl right like at the front of my face. I just think that looks weird. And then as soon as I pull this down, I'm gonna start to be like dragging it down a little bit so that the curl kind of cools down a bit flatter than all the rest. And now, yeah, that's given me a nice, like, fringe shape. Okay, so now this is one side all curled, and I think you'll agree that was just really, really easy, and all of the curls are really uniform and very, very curly. Like you can see the difference in length from how much bounce this has given me and how like tight the curls are. It's just so good. Obviously I will brush it out at the end and everything like that, but I'm just gonna do this side next. But yeah, now I'll just whiz through this side really, really fast. Oops. Okay, I forgot to change the direction, so press that button. And now it will spin the other way. Sorry, but they're just such good curls. Okay, so now I've done both sides. Obviously it looks a bit mad right now, but I need to like play with it. I'll give you a close up. Like, I just think these curls are amazing. They're so like neat and tidy. I'm just a big fan. So now I'm going to show you how I would dress them out. Okay, so this is optional, but I always like to add oil to my hair. You can use like a serum or anything you have. Oh, sorry, it's just so bouncy. It's crazy. So yeah, getting distracted. But you can use a serum or anything like that, anything that you've got. I don't use too much oil because I don't want it to like make my hair look greasy. Like a few drops. Literally not a lot at all. And then I smush it into my hands so that it's not all going to go in one place at the same time. And then I just start to kind of like touch my hair. Sorry, but these curls, that's like insane. Yeah, so I just start to kind of like touch my hair so that the oil is evenly distributed everywhere. And then once I feel like the oil is kind of everywhere, and then I always like to brush my curls. Some people prefer to just break the curls up with your fingers, which is definitely an option if you're going for a more like big curl kind of look. But for me, I prefer the wavy hair look. So I mean, I can break them up with my fingers a bit first, but then I actually like to brush out the curls a bit. So now we've got this going on, which is looking much better. Yeah, now I just feel like I've just got perfectly curled hair. So yeah, I do feel really happy with how these curls look. I think when you've got as much like fringe and layering as I've got going on, it's like kind of hard to make curling your hair look good. That's just how I feel. Like I always struggle with how to curl my hair when I have a fringe, but I feel like this does the job. Like I think it looks pretty even all over, but also I think this is like a really good base to do some styling products. Like if you now wanted to do a half up, half down, or like a messy bun with like pieces falling out. This is just like a really good foundation for a very even curl across your whole head, and it's just so easy. That's my review of the Tymo Curl Plus. I'll leave a link for it in the description, and if you have any questions, leave me a comment and I'll do my best to get back to you. If not, I will see you in my next video. Bye!